Miss.
Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our lesson. Today lesson will go through our LO1. As a couple of you know me, my name is Anjum Sattar. Please, if you have any question, drop me email anjum@ukversity.co.uk and I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. Okay, so today lesson which we'll go through is called financial management and we'll go through LO1. Okay, couple of you heard about different awarding bodies like ACCA, one of them, which is normally the financial accounting qualification, and second you heard about SEMA, which is Chartered Institute of Management Accounting. They offer management accounting qualification. So today lesson, of course, is the focus on the financial management, which is one of the crucial subject, and we learn about how we can manage. And in management, normally we say 2 + 2 makes 5. We want to create a surplus, so always we'll try to reduce the cost. Okay, so before starting, we'll go through the unit specification first, and then we'll go through our LO1. Okay, so as you know, the aim of this unit, really we want to develop understanding about the financial management skills to manage and seek, and measure the performance of as the turnover less than 10 million and 50 employees. So we say them, or normally we treat them as SME. Is normally they don't need, audit requirements. Okay, that's the key. And each lesson will go through one learning outcome. Today lesson, which will be able to apply investment appraisal. Investment appraisal is a crucial, which is quite, we need to learn about. Today is apply appropriate, investment appraisal techniques. I'll discuss with you, evaluate and justify capital investment appraisal strategies. We'll go through capital asset pricing model. I'll send you the separate handout. Maybe my lesson is just an overview and go through the basics, but I'll extend it some extra recording and which I'll provide you a lot of examples. Okay, M1, of course, low M is a crime, fail in life, no crime. Will work towards distinction criteria, evaluate the business performance, make recommendation and improvement. That will be the key in our lesson. Okay, let's please. Okay, so LO1, please. Hope you have access on Moodle. If not, please, we'll carry on and we'll carry on looking the previous recording as well. So if you don't have access, please let us know. Drop emails to admin@ukversity.co.uk and we'll try our best in our admin office to sort out. Be able to apply investment appraisal method. LO1, learning outcome 1. Each lesson will go through one learning outcome. Okay, welcome. Thanks for joining. Okay. Key objective mean and result at the end of the lesson. I wish we will be in a position to explain, and you will be in a position to calculate few investment, you will be in a position to use few investment appraisal. Okay, no problem. I'll send you all the handouts at the end. I'll send you ACCAF. No problem. I'll send you all the handouts, and it's the ACCA F6. Sorry, F7 exam, which is called financial reporting. Sorry, I'm saying you F7. Basically, is F9. F9 is a financial management, and I'll send you separate handouts. So in your free time, if you want to, please, it's good to set up account on opentuition.com, which is absolutely free, which is set by London School of Business and Finance. That will help you, and if you look under there, FM, which is a financial management. So no, this is a different, the different website, which is absolutely free. Other than our own resources is the opentuition.com. So that's, which I'll demonstrate. So you can open tuition. Other than I will send you and will give you access on the Moodle page, and they will give you access for our VLA. Yes, these slides I will send you all, in a one go at the end. Okay, so this is the open tuition play. Hope you can see the, and if you look under ACCA, you can set up free accounts. If you don't want to give your personal email, you can set dummy emails. Here is FM financial management. So please, you can look around under financial management, and all the is a handout there, view lecture notes, and all the recordings available there as well. And each and it's a good few quizzes to enhance your understanding about financial management. But it's not compulsory. You just go through financial management from these websites, but we'll get the concept really now, right? That which we'll go through during our lesson. Okay, no problem. I'll send you all the handouts at the end. Okay, so download and forward video as well. So okay, let's move to, we'll go through these key concepts, evaluate the make justification recommendation, and we'll go through capital asset pricing. Okay, so first we have assessment criteria, apply investment appraisal technique. So investment, money paid now and money return in the future. So if we'll say pound now and the pound in future, that the pound now is more worth it, the pound will get in future is the investment appraisal. Okay, no problem. I'll send you now via Zoom as well. Give me 1 minute. I can share with you all the resources I have saved. Yeah, I'm trying to share. Just give me a few minutes, please. Okay, yes, please. I shared these file. You can download as well. Hope so. These will be delivered in a minute. Yes, so you will be able to download. Okay, I'll carry or sending you rest of the resources. I will send you via email as well, and the WhatsApp group already. The WhatsApp and you have those. I send you now. I share you. Hope so you get in a minute. It'll be up and down. Okay, for the company value, so we'll do time value. Capital budgeting is by capital and revenue expenditure. You learn in accounting. Capital mean the long-term high value expenditures. It's mean investment in asset. Like you buying a building is your asset. Asset can be many. We can appraise it. Is it worth it to do it? What we will get. So future profitability of the company depend on the investment ability to choose the best option, investment appraisal, and we can measure the form of money which we will invest. That's the key. Please, if any question, you carry on asking side by side. Okay, funds available, identify profit opportunity. We look the pros, the project, and that's the key. We will go through different projects. Okay, so for evaluate various project, various options, approve the project is good for you. Always monitor the project performance. Identify objectives such that the invest project and obtain authorization implement before will decide which project will okay, so L1 I send you, hope so other will be uploaded in a minute. This software takes a while, Zoom. So otherwise I'll share on the our WhatsApp group all the resources. Okay, so that's what we'll go through. We can make the decision about investment appraisal. So main investment appraisal cash flow. The pound today is more worth it. The pound will get in future. Internal rate of return. First method NPV, net present value. If your our answers will come positive, we accept the project. Otherwise, we'll reject the project. Investment appraisal, two NPVs. We look high and low in between our internal rate of return. ARR, or we call annual rate of return, and payback period, how long the money you invest, that will take, recover. Okay, ARR is called average rate of return. We can find what will be the annual profit divided by how number of years after that you will get the profit, and we can say what is your average return. And based on this, which we can numerical some facts and figures. Okay, please remember we use the formulas always find estimated annual profit. So profit divided by average investment, what you have, and we can find ARR, which is the average rate of return. If average rate of return is higher compared to other project, we accept the project. Any lower ARR project, we not accept it. That's the basic criteria which we need to keep in mind. Okay, relatively easy method, links to the other business layers, look full life of the project, disadvantage. It's based on the profit, not on the cash flow. Maybe the profit is also based on the credit sales. Ignore the length of the project and ignore the time value of money. The pound we have today is the more worth it. Then we look the payback period. Payback period is a simple measure based on the cash flows. This ignore the time value of if you pay investing £10 and if you're getting £2 every year, so this project will take 5 years to cover your £10. After that, we're not looking. Maybe if you're investing on education, you get the benefit forever. Yes, but we're looking only initial investment. Of course, payback period is very easy, relatively easy, understandable concept. Ignore time value of money, and it's not looking the real value of money. The pound today, the more worth is the pound you get. If you're investing 10, you're getting 10 in 5 years. That 10 will be 5 years, maybe worth of only 7, because today is nowadays inflation is around 7 to 10% in the UK, and base rate is 5.25% in the UK, which is set by the Central Bank of England. In other countries, we call it State Bank. Okay, any question until now, please? We'll calculate these numericals as well. Then we have a net present value, the value of the money, which we can find what will be the real value of, and we can discount it and we can find the real value. So we'll use the formula. We can go through other formulas as well. Uh, 1 plus R. R is the discount rate, and we look what is your key money and how many years will be take. So we can use this formula, or I'll give you the simple formula to use when I'll go through the numeric. Okay, this method is considered time value of money, but the payback period don't consider the time value. ARR don't consider the time value of money. We look the absolute measure of return. Cash flow, it's not based on the profit. We're looking based on the cash flow. Okay, consider the whole life of the project and link to the maximized shareholders one. What is it difficult to explain to manager? I'm saying time value of money, time value of money. But some people maybe say, what's he talking about time value of money? The pound no today is more worthy, the pound will get in future. So the cost of capital and relatively is a complex process. If the project NPV is a positive, your answers come positive, we accept it. If negative, we reject it. Okay, if the project is more positive, you have two projects, both give you positive return. We look, the higher is the better. Okay, then internal rate of return, we're looking two NPV values and we calculate IAR, internal rate of return, and always internal rate of return. We need one positive, one negative. We're using the formula, putting the values into, and we'll find, ARR, IRR, internal rate of return. Where is the higher, we accept the project. Where is the lower, we not accept the project. And that's the key, which we need to be. It's based on the time value. So consider time value, percentage, easy to understood, use, cash flows, and consider IAR. Limitation not is an absolute measure, the profitability interpretation is estimate and is a non-conventional and assume. Assessing the performance. Okay, have you learned anything balance scorecard model? Do you have a Nokia mobile? Are you using Nokia? Anyone using Nokia in our room? No, not anymore Nokia. Why not Nokia? Okay. Nokia is not a latest mobile anymore. Yes, because the Nokia focus on the profitability. So when we looking, they close many R&D research and development center throughout the world. The CEO of the company after a few years said sorry to the shareholders and left the company. So that was a disaster for them. He focused on the profitability, cut the cost, and ultimately they not innovate the mobile and they stayed behind. The company had then other than leaders, world leaders, and stay behind. So balance scorecard model, which is given by Kaplan and Norton, two authors, and we have a luckily the Kaplan website as well. So anything, any concept you want to find, if you type here, is called balance scorecard, and Kaplan is also publisher. So luckily, the Kaplan and Kaplan authors, the names match. So you will see here the Kaplan, uh, which is a chapter of the book, from the Kaplan Resource Bank, and they carry on publishing the Knowledge Bank, which when we'll do assignment, we'll go through these. Okay, so guys, we can look around the balance scorecard, which is based on 4 perspectives. They Nokia focus on the financial perspective. We need to look around the internal growth perspective as a company. We need to look around the innovation and learning perspective, and customer perspective, and we need to make the strategies accordingly. Otherwise, we not sustain in a business. That's is a crucial. We look the all the perspectives. So in this financial perspective, internal perspective, and all, assessing the performance, financial objective, measures, target, internal perspective, we can learning perspective, your R&D, your training and development, customer perspective, make the goods cheaper, provide value for money, and we can look around like here, financial perspective, return on capital employed, cut costs, internal perspective, improve turnover time, minimize the time, and use your resources effectively, learning perspective, improve safety trainings and all, and look the customer perspective, set your price in lower cost. Okay. These are all we can assess, shareholders value. Shareholder values carry on increasing. Shareholder values we need to maximize. When the goodwill of the company increase, ultimately we maximizing. Actually, the owner can okay, assessing the performance. So you can look around EPS, earning per share. You look around the growth of the shares. That's we can focus on earning. Okay, yes, please. Any question? Oh, sorry, maybe it's a signal dropping. Sorry, it's a bit internet issues. Also will be fixed. Okay, so that's which we need to be look around. Assessing the performance, economics, value added, EVA. These are all the concepts. That's which we look. Okay. So is a financial measurement and return earned by the firm that is excess amount of the company need to earn, fulfill the expectation of the shareholder. EVA, which compares the rate of return invested on the capital with the opportunity cost, in which we can look around when calculating economics value of, we can look around these, by using different methods of calculation, to measure the performance. So one is called weighted average cost of capital. So like we can look around here, this is example what we invested. What is the weighted average cost of capital? That was the cost. What finance we charge, and what is impact on the net profit, finance charge, and what we have economics added value in through that. So weighted average cost of capital, which we can, and that's we can find through Yahoo Finance, any companies if we want to look around, which is good too, which we will go through. Okay, recommendation. Evaluate and justify recommendation and capital investment strategy. So capital investment money is used to purchase the fixed assets such as land, machinery. You need to think about if you're buying your own machinery. So either you buy or rent the machinery. You need to look around the cost and benefit analysis through investment appraisal, money invested in the business, understand the money is used for to purchase fixed assets. We look around the cover day-to-day cost. We can look around the investment, debt financing, or equity. Which financing you think is the best? You borrow money through debt or you borrow money through equity. Let's say, anyone, what do you think? Debt is a loan and equity is a share. Okay, so what we'll do, share is share. Okay, we pay on the share dividend, and if we borrow money through debt financing, any interest you pay on the debt is your expense for the business. So it means you're saving on the tax. So straightforward, your 19%, which is a corporation tax, CT, is a 19% we can save it. But if you have a dividend to pay, we pay dividend after the tax profit. After the tax profit, we call net profit after tax. That's we pay dividend. So the debt is cheaper than equity, but we need to be look around the gearing ratio and impact. We need a balance, and that will help to. Okay, so when we do the objective of investment appraisal to acquire capital asset, expansion enabling, increase the production, create by unit, take advantage of new technology, replace. So that's really we need to look around pros and cons of each possible option, whatever you do, you appraise them. So key consideration, investment appraisal analysis, which we'll go through in the second lesson. We'll go through the payback period, we calculate numerical, we look around the growth, the due to that invested money, we look the economics growth, the goodwill of the company, how much increase, not just the profitability of the. So in our measure financial and non-financial measures which we can consider. So key consideration and determine the appropriate, the cost of capital, weightage every cost of capital. Don't put all eggs in one basket. Invest in different projects to minimize the risk. Risk is the probability of happening something. We can look around, when we investing that, we need to look around the payback period, IAR, and different options. Then we can calculate, a leadership and management is accountable for because they have a responsibility accounting. We need to be look around any project, what impact on the taxation and the value of the company. Non-financial measures always look around non-financial factors, corporate culture, is it positive culture, quality, researching and competition, human capital, and very important industry trend we should be made. Then we have a 1.3, critically success, the factor relation to the investing. So we have a CSF. What is the CSF? Is called critical success factor. Like think about in a hospital, what is the critical success factor is the customer service. Yeah. Especially in hospitality industry. Yes. So when we look at hospitality industry, the critical success factor is a service. So we can look around customer service, customer feedback. In other organization, of course, we look the profitability. We look VFF, non-profit organization, value for money. So because every pound we spend, we being the tax money, what we need to be critical success factor found through the study of the comparative strategy. Critical success factor is very important. Automotive industry, vehicle and various compliance, environmental, distribution and network. Computer industry, innovation, quality is very important because if you're not producing the right food, and innovative food industries, effectiveness, advertising, efficiencies, we need to look around training and companies which we need to recognize the instructor competencies. Or VFM is called value for money. Value for money. Like in a hospital, they look, what the pound is spent, what's happened in terms of the patient in the like time. If we have a new doctors and new resources and money injected, NHS, so A&E should be have reduce the waiting time or another appointment. So we need to be injecting money, and we look the critical success factor and value for money concept in only not profit perspective is overall the value perspective. Competency is quality and the science is based on identify the current and relevant. So we can look around CSF, pre-planning, effective pre-plan. Plan is where you are, where you want to go. Take all the necessary measures. Always you have a contingent plan, second plan. If one plan not work, so don't put all egg in one basket. Think about, separating, not one source of income. Look the different stream of income that will help to stay ahead, because of course the inflation, job loss thing and all, industry is very volatile, which we need to be look around. Risk is the best mitigate. So risk you need to be think about how you can mitigate. Look around the merger acquisition, look around the new product you cannot like think about Tesco not doing one business. Tesco is many areas. So CSF for investment decision resource planning, where the money will come from, where the investment will be, how much we generate, and when stuff we need. Risk planning always do, because the risk is very crucial to measure in business, in finance we call beta. What is a beta? Beta is called risk factor. If higher the beta, higher the risk, higher the return. You should expect the high return, but you have to think about how much risk you can bear it. So is a separate, you can search it, risk management, Kaplan, and lot of examples if you just want to explore about the risk. Okay, risk is the probability of happening. So CSF, critical success factor, the saving down in line operation and asset. Integrity mean honesty, normally the word we use, and we how we can utilize operational integrity. Failure implement asset. We need to think about asset we keep in our asset portfolio, like in finance. You have an asset register. You have to think about how much asset value need to be revalued. External stakeholders. Stakeholders mean anyone who has any interest. Look around the power interest stakeholders, meeting the requirement of customer, meeting the requirement of supplier, meeting the requirement of employees, and stakeholders mean any. So we can do the analysis. CSF investment. So investment appraisal, we can look around the project execution, how we can execute the project. We can look around the schedule. Project is mean any task, any activity. Like you want to paint your house is a project. We need to be fine. We need to do the planning. Change management, of course, change. There are the different model of change as well. One of the great scholar is called Levins. Levins gave a different model. Is called one model is called 3 step: unfreeze, change, and refreeze. So one of the great scholars said, either you're 80 and 20, if you stop learning, you become old. So unfreeze is an example of like, so you have to change. If you think very successful company or very successful person, it's not mean forever. You have to change according to the environment. If I don't use the digital tool or digital technology, I can't really, because the teaching is moving around more is the digital AI, artificial intelligence, chat, GBT. We have to change the way. So in our organization, change management, change. So you have to bring the change, and change is a crucial. Sometimes you bring the change, is it can be very constrained. There are a lot of forces. One of the Levin set force field model. Some of the forces can against your change. Some of the forces accept the change. Okay, then we have a 1.4, apply and capital asset pricing model to know and determine weightage average cost of capital. So weightage average define in the rate of return of the organization pay to satisfy the funding. It's also look the cost of equity and the cost of debt. Shareholders is required the return. The lenders want to be interest to be paid, and discount rate. So far we can spend. Making decision based on weightage average cost of capital (NPV). We have to conclude the best method to calculate. The NPV, relevant cash flow, the appropriate discount, and positive NPV is we need to be at least your positive NPV should mean higher than the value. Fairly obvious approach the cost of each the different source of capital. You have to look the average cost of, you can change it, you do more equity, more debt, average cost should be less. And positive NPV, the figure discount rate means expected return except than the required provided finance. We can look around value for and increase the wealth of the shareholders if it's increasing, if increase the value of. So K is the cost of debt, cost of equity. K is the cost of equity. K is represent the cost, and E is the equity, which we'll go through these model in the next lesson, which will calculate the numerical method of calculating DVM, dividend valuation method. So when you have issue more shares, the dividend will be spread into the more shareholder, the value of the dividend can be drawn. Capital asset pricing model, which we can. KE is the cost of equity. D is the dividend. P is the price of P naught is the current, and P is the growth, which we can share price now and share price in future. Cost of equity, dividend, constant growth, dividend. So always dividend payout policy, we need a constant increase. Don't give even our £1,000,000 profit, don't distribute all to the shareholders continuous, because their expectation high. Then high expectation mean they expect next year high, and that's which we can. So we can use the formula 1 plus G KE. cost of equity minus G. That's, which we can calculate, and the figures which we can normally find through. Like here is the example, we can look around 100p is the share price, DPS, dividend per share being paid 10. So KE 10 pound is the now, yes, which we can look around. The 8% is the rate of return or rate of growth. One, so we can write it 0.08, which is mean 8%. 10 divided by 100 plus 0. As per formula 1 plus G, and we can find this is the 18.8% return. Okay, so we can these the numerical in cost of equity with the risk factor. We can use this formula. K is the cost, R is the return, RF is the risk-free, B is the beta, beta is the risk factor, higher the beta, higher the return, RM is the return on the market as a whole, what is prevailing, and it's a greater betas when we calculate the risk of the stock as a whole, greater than one systematic risk, greater than the risk in the market. If these answers come your aggressively share, that's which we'll go through numerical in the next lesson. And that's which I'll explain you in numerical perspective. Okay, so bank loan, of course, when you borrowing the money, like borrow 1 million at the rate of 10% per annum, interest payment will be 100,000. If the company pay corporation tax 33%, then the saving tax is 33,000. Cost of equity, cost of debt will be an interest element. That's which we can look around. KD R minus T, which we using the formula weighted average cost of capital. We can find all the figures between which we okay, guys. So what we need to do, we have all the figures put in the formula, and then we can calculate it. So weighted average cost of capital is came 10% based on the facts and figures, and we put in the formulas. Yes. So in that's if we have other project give the 15% cost of capital, so we can say 10% is the better than the 15%. So we can go for 10 instead of 15. So that's the way we can interpret. So today lesson we discuss about investment appraisal method. We not calculate NPV. What is NPV stand for? Net present value. Yes. What is net present value method? So when we accept the project, if your NPV is positive, yes, which is being one or more than one, yes, your answers come. So we can say NPV positive, your answers, we accept it, otherwise we reject it. Payback period, shorter is a better. Shorter is better. If one project takes 3 years, other project takes 4 years, 3 is better. So we'll go 3 years. ARR, rate of return, higher is better. Higher is better if you're comparing two options. That's and IAR, higher is better. Higher is better. Internal rate of return. And weighted average cost of capital, lower is the better. Lower is better. So with that, we had a discussion on these, and that's which we'll calculate these in the following lesson. Any question? Yes, please. Any question? Investment appraisal method we discussed. We discussed CSF, critical success factor, and we discussed about balance scorecard. Yes, which is given by Norton Kaplan, and we said we need to look around different perspective, financial perspective, customer perspective, internal growth and learning. If we want to, and I'll give you the numerical, and we'll calculate the numerical figures in the next lesson. Okay, of investment appraisal. Any question, please? Can you hear me okay now? Okay. So NPV, when we accept the project, when negative or positive? When NPV is a positive, we accept the project. Yes. We had a discussion. NPV. Okay, well done. So payback period shorter is a better. ARR is a higher is a better. IAR higher is a better. Weighted average cost of capital lower is a better. So these are the criteria of the accepting project we discussed. We do numerical, mathematical in the next lesson, okay? Which we will go through LO2 and we'll do the numerical. Okay, thanks for attending today's lesson. And in the next lesson, we'll go through LO2 and we'll go through numerical. So I will make sure I will share with you on through our WhatsApp group all the relevant resources and the books. So it's good to be, you can go through those. And if you want to set up critical success factor, critical typing success factors. Yes, what are the critical things? Like in a hotel business, critical is not just food or your is the customer service, the person who serves it is very critical. Yes, so in every project has some critical success factors. Those we need to identify and we need to consider. Any question? Okay. Any other point? Thank you. Great. So we'll keep up to here. If you have any question, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll go through in the next lesson. We'll go through LO2 learning outcome 2 and we'll go through numericals. Have a lovely weekend. And the recording will be available and you will get the recording too. And I'll ask, Raman and others, admin team to add you on the Moodle. So because you can download the books, all the previous lesson, recording as well the new one. Thank you. Okay. Thanks for joining and have a lovely weekend. And I will speak to you in the next lesson then. Thank you. Bye-bye. I'll drop message to everyone to join. Thank you. Bye now.